People are complex, and those simple things, as long as you have a balance of those things, you tend to move in the right direction, and within yourself. I think gratitude keeps me strong. Well, keeps me grounded anyway. I, th- um, my family, gratitude for my family, for a roof over my head. The real simple things that we really take for granted. I think that really helps ground me and keep me solid. You know, um, we tend to overlook a lot of that stuff. Yeah, and yeah, we just got to be thankful for the things we do have, and not wanting the things we want. We don't have. Yeah, it's just, yeah. I try to practice it as well, because you have to practice those thoughts. It's not something that we do on the regular. So you have to really practice finding what makes you tick, and yeah, gratitude is what helps me. Yeah, even for I have gratitude for the noise that the kids make, and you know those sorts of things that people are always shoving off and like, oh, blah blah blah. They get grumpy about it and stuff. But yeah, you gotta appreciate those things, because no noise means no kids.
I'm not really a physically strong person, and mentally and emotionally, I've spent a lot of my time advocating for things to get better. Very social justicey, nebulous, but just yeah, like I want a better world for everyone. I mean, I've done this week. I've done a display for Trans Day of Visibility and White Ribbon Day, because these are really important. It's about everyone being treated fairly, and I think that fighting about that and making making things better and more positive is one of the things that really keeps me going, as it were. Yeah, and that's kind of where that's the how I would put strong. It's not really a physical thing, because I gotta start working out, I gotta start working out or buy bigger clothes. Is where I am. Like, that's honestly, yeah. Big part of it for me is that I've had a lot of success in my life. I mean, I currently live in this beautiful place, and I have a basically full time job, which is an incredible privilege. I mean, but yeah, and I know a lot of people don't have the advantages that I had growing up, and I really want to make sure that other people have those opportunities. And yeah, I've had a very charmed life. My car broke down in traffic once, like it just cut off and died, and the person behind me pulled in front and said, "Do you need a tow? I've got strops in the back," and they towed me around the corner out of traffic into unmetered parking. So I was able to leave the car there and not get fined or have to get a tow truck or anything. Things like that just happen. Like I just kind of it all works out quite luckily. Our house got hit by a flood, and the council bought our house, and we're able to move to Turangi, which is yeah, things like that. So I'm aware of how lucky I am, and I want other people to have that kind of experience. I don't want other people to have to struggle, because I didn't have to struggle in a lot of ways. So yeah, I'm very grateful for the life that I live and where I am. Like, there's a lot of work left for me to do on myself and my relationship and being a parent, but yeah, I, I'm aware that there's always going to be more work to do.
My family, definitely my family. They've always been there for me, um, helping me through the hard times and the happy times as well. Um, they're always pushing me to do my sports, school. So yeah, my family keeps me strong. I think my dad's really passionate about making it somewhere in sports, such as rugby or basketball, whatever. Yeah, he really loves sports. His father as well. But my whole family loves sports, especially rugby league. Yeah, we grew up on it. Yeah, we all play rugby. I got two younger brothers and one older brother. We all play rugby league, focusing on hard stuff such as someone you lost or all those hard stuff. And sports just makes me, I don't know how to explain it. It just helps me um, feel free-minded. I'll say, yeah. Yeah, sports is very helpful. It gives me free. It's just freedom. Sports is another way it can help you in life. Definitely takes you out of the hard stuffs and all those hard stuff. It just all those fade away, and you'll just focus on sports.
Because things were running through my head like I can't do this, I can't do that, and then how do you how do you do it? Like again, one foot in front of the other, because it's not. So I had how I couldn't walk to the bedroom and blah blah blah. Well, the next thing, my next goal was just to walk from the lounge to the front of the gate, and then the next one was for walk to the lounge to the end, to the right at the front section. I gave myself so many goals it wasn't funny, and I was just thinking, I'm going to get you, I will get you, I'm going to get this little, even though it was only from here to there, little steps, and then now look at me. Yeah, I didn't think this day would come. I really didn't. But the thing is, I just kept trying and trying. One day I'd succeed, next day I'll fail miserably, but I'm going to try again. That judgment, I think that's a huge factor, is people judging. So when I got sick, I had my own family, because I've been from 88 kgs right up to 123 kgs, and then when people saw me 123 kgs, and this is my own family as well, and, I can see where you're coming with the mental health, and they look at you and they go, oh, you got fat? Going from this guy, to that guy, and I was going, hold on, read the play first. Why did I get here? Did you even ask? Did you even know that I went through? Oh, I had a tumour for 30 years. And so that's what killed my triathlons. Because I had a tumour for 30 years and I didn't even know I had it. When everything started going pear-shaped for me, I did a half Ironman in the bay, right? Yeah. And I had the worst swim ever. I'm usually 10th. I'm usually up with the big boys. That's how good a swimmer I am. Okay, I was like almost last. I jumped on my bike and I started falling asleep on my bike. That's when things started to happen. And as the male Māori, as you're talking about the mental health, men, we're staunch and all that. Me, I had to be right. I'll just try. Maybe I just had a bad day, but I didn't know. And then I was driving one day and I couldn't see. And then I was doing something one day and I couldn't breathe. And I was thinking, oh, what the hell is happening with me? And then I wouldn't go in. Of course, there you go again, what we're talking about. Too staunch. I'm the man. Hear me roar. My wife couldn't get me in, so my wife grabbed my sister because and she marched me into the doctors, and I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at her because she's, oh, my sister? Yeah, no, she showed me, and I looked at her and I said, I'm not scared of you. And she goes, what? And I was doing, oh, hey, calm down, bro, calm down, I'm just talking, and then she marched me in, and then they said, you got myasthenia gravis. Yeah, the myasthenia is the actual disease, and the gravis means closer to the grave than you think. So yes, welcome to my world of myasthenia gravis. Dad was, he ended up having a stroke and he was invalid for 20 years. And if I had carried on the way I was, I might have ended up like my dad. So, am I angry? Yeah, but am I still here? So I'm blessed. I got 2 more calls now. Happiest man in the world. Because, well, if I had carried on, hey, who knows? If I didn't have those core people around me, I honestly wouldn't have moved forward, as much as I did, because my mates, they knew how bad I was, and they knew the right questions to ask as well. Not like stupid questions that other people say to you, but Yeah, it's definitely my friends and my family, and I suppose it's just because I'm a mongrel as well. I've got that mongrel attitude. Yeah, a lot of people say, yeah, that'll probably be it, but I do have that mongrel attitude. Like, when you say I can't do something, you are definitely wrong. Like when the doctor said you can't work again, oh, you are definitely wrong. I've been working for a year now. Doctor said I wouldn't play sports anymore. Asked the squash club. We ended up winning our games. So there's, yeah, it's mainly people, good friends, good circle of people. And if you ain't got those, yeah, it really helps. So get out, ask for help, even if you ain't got friends, there's always somebody there. Hey.